Hi everybody, so this video will focus on the hips. A lot of people are super tight in the hip area, so we'll see what we can do for you today. If you have a block, that would be really handy, and if you don't, you can probably use a book. So just come down onto your back, knees bent. You can just place the block off to the side. And we're going to start by having the feet on the ground, feeling the ground beneath the toes, and come up onto the heels, onto the outer edges of the feet. Spread the toes wide and try to lift up on the arches. Just to bring a little bit of movement into the spine, think about wide across the shoulders and collarbones. And as you inhale, lift up with the pelvis. Start with an easy bridge. Exhale to slowly curl down. Find a bit of space in the low back. Keep the neutral spine as you come up. Inhale. And try to come down with the same neutral spine. The next time you're going up, stand into the feet. Lift through the upper chest. See if you can open through the front of the hips, so the hip flexors. Keep the neck long. Take one more inhale at the top. And exhale, this time slowly roll down. Unfurl the spine. And when you get to the bottom, again, find that little curve in the lower back. I'm going to draw the knees in toward the chest, taking hold of each knee with each hand. Just move the hips around any which way you want to. Just finding a bit of mobility in the hips. And then let's put the right foot down. And we're going to do this kind of figure four stretch. So the opposite ankle, let's do right foot, left ankle, resting on the right knee. Balance through the hips. Inhale, start to draw the right knee in towards you. So if you can grab the back of your thigh, great. You can hold on to your pants if this is already intense for you. Looking for the block. You can also put the block under the foot and rest there. So it really depends how tight you are in this outer hip on the left side. So if you are reaching for the leg, draw it in towards you, and this opposite knee wants to draw out and up. If you're reaching for the right shin, just make sure you're not curling forward. You want to keep the neutral spine still. Whew, and breathe it out. So moving the block out of the way if it's there. You can plant that right foot again. And we're going to move into a bit of a gentle twist. So right foot's on the ground. You're going to start to drop your left foot toward the ground to the right. Once that foot hits the ground, let the right knee rest. And if you can reach for your foot, great, not necessary. And start to draw that knee away from you. So you get into that outer hip on the left side. Oh, baby. Breath here. And then release that foot. Unwind back to center. Whee. Make sure nothing's in your way. Now we're going to take a wide-legged stance with our feet and just slowly let the knees rock back and forth. You can coordinate this with your neck, so if knees are dropping to the left, you can look to the right. Knees drop over to the right, look to the left. A gentle release for the waist and hips. Okay, back to center. One more side to go. So now you're propping your right ankle over the left knee. Find your neutral spine and balance in the hips, and then start to draw the knee in towards you. So block under the foot or reaching behind the left thigh, drawing that knee in towards you. And then left foot on the ground. You're going to tip over toward the left. So right foot is starting to come toward the left. Once it reaches the ground, reach for that foot if you can. And the left knee is rested. Right knee draws out and away from you. And you'll probably feel some super interesting stretches in this outer right hip. Breathe. Whew. I've been holding a lot of tension in my hips these days. And then drawing yourself back up to center. Let's just draw the knees in toward the chest. Lift the head, lift the forehead toward the knees. You can rock back and forth. And placing the feet back down on the ground. All right, crossing the left leg over the right as if you were sitting cross-legged. And you're going to draw the knees in toward the chest. So if this is super easy for you, well, good for you. The hip flexors might be telling you something differently. And this is where it gets super interesting. You can take the hands and slide them down the outer shins and start to, oh baby, draw the heels in toward the shoulders. If you can, reach the feet, even better. And wow, you can start to draw the feet in even further. Again, watch the balance in the hips. Whew. Unwind. Feet come back down to the ground. Right knee crosses over the left, drawing the knees in toward the chest. So find the balance in the hips. Make sure you're not hiking one side. Resting the hands on the knees, drawing the knees in toward the chest, and then sliding the hands along the outer calf and shin, drawing the heels toward the shoulders. Reach the feet if you can. If not, stay where you're at. You just don't want to curl up and place any strain on your neck or shoulders. And we'll rest through the jaw, release. One more breath here. Ooh, baby. Good outer hip stretch. And unwind. Wowie. You can place the feet together. Let the knees open. And if this is super uncomfortable for you, you can have your hands supporting the thighs. If you want to feel the stretch on the inner part of the leg, and let the knees rest open. Take a few more breaths here. Slowly, super slowly, start to not draw the knees back together. And this is where the block comes in handy. You can place it between the feet. And as you press into the block with your feet, slowly start to draw the knees up and together. And then with control, drawing the knees apart. So this strengthens that inner line, the adductors, and the groin. Slowly drawing back up. And just one more time. All right. Kick the block off to the side. Just kick it. One more time. Knees drawing into chest. Lifting the head toward the knees. And then coming back down. Let's try a bridge here. I'm going to stand into the feet wide through the upper back. Think about something lifting the upper chest toward the sky as you draw the knees forward, open through the hip flexors. Keep the neck long. One more breath into your high bridge and slowly rolling it out. Knees draw in. Come over to one side. Take a breath here. And then press your way up to sitting. Notice how your hips feel. Close your eyes for a moment. Placing one hand on the chest and the other on the lower belly. Connect with your breath. And rub the palms together. Move your glasses out of the way if you have any. Cup the eyes. And wipe the face. Any feedback is welcome. Thank you. Namaste.